this is Yo Chicken, and in this video I'm going to talk about some Tf2 hats that have particle effects, but they're not unusual items. First off, we're going to talk about the coxswain's mutton chops and pipe. This cosmetic has a stream of smoke that flows out of the pipe. It's worth noting that I don't know the names of the actual effects that we're going to talk about in the video, but it's pretty simple. We're going to talk about another one that has the same smoke effect. So I'm not going to talk too much detail about this specific hat. The next hat we're going to talk about, the bearded bombarder hat, like I said, has the effect, the same effect as coxswain's mutton chops and pipe. It has the same effect like the last one, and it really shows the talent and effort the creators on the workshop put into these items, because sure, it could be a simple pipe and hat, but adding the tiny details like that improve it tenfold. Sure, these hats aren't very flashy, but that's why they're not full unusuals, and being normal cosmetics, they're cheaper than unusuals, so you could have a mini unusual even if it doesn't come with the same status. It still has particles, so if you're looking for a hat that just does particles, that's why I'm making this video. Anyway, our next hat is the World Traveler. Unfortunately, I couldn't get any particles to work on loadout.tf. I think it has something to do with the fact that you need to run for the particles to be visible. You get this by purchasing any map stamp on the Manco store, and this supports the map maker, and they get a share of the revenue. The particles can only be seen on the map you bought it for. For example, I have this hat in my main soldier set, and the stamp is for Tf2 Invasion. Now, a little story behind this. I was new to Tf2. I was getting scammed by the Manco store on a regular basis. Back then, I didn't know to use things like Steam Community Market to find better deals and for the actual pricing on these things. Anyway, I looked at map stamps because it's a cool hat, cheap for the Manco store prices. So I looked into it. And my favorite map was Tf2 at the time, but there wasn't a stamp for that because Tf2 is a Valve map or an official map, so one didn't exist. I got the next best thing, a Tf2 Invasion stamp. And the funny thing was that I had never played Tf2 Invasion before. I bought the hat because it's the closest thing. Anyway, story's over. Technically, the hat's an unusual, but it's not like traditional unusuals, so I kept it in the video. I know it's a little contradicting, but work with me. Don't blast me in the comments. Anyway, the effect is a bunch of postage stamps flying from the hat, more noticeable than the smoke effects from earlier. Moving on from that lengthy story, our last hat are the earbuds. This hat was a few music note particles that you see occasionally. Not very noticeable, but it's kind of whatever. The hat itself is also not very noticeable. It kind of blends in, but every once in a while you get a few music notes coming out of the earbuds themselves, the little piece that goes in the ear. Little fun fact: this hat used to be a currency in the Tf2 trading scene. This was a long time before I was even playing Tf2, and before I got into any kind of trading, which I wouldn't say I'm currently a trader. I definitely don't think of myself as a trading YouTuber, but it's kind of whatever, right? Like, but yeah. Anyway, I don't have very much sorry, I don't have very much information on this hat, but unfortunately, that's all the time left for this video. So I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.